Hi, my name is Shaquela, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a very good meal that is healthy for you, it's healthy for your family, and it's very, very yummy. Now, what could that be that I can eat healthy, it can be very good, and healthy for my family? What kind of meal can that be? Well, today we're going to be making pineapple salmon. Now this is one of my favorite dishes that I like to make. I got this recipe from Sandra Lisa, my homemade, but I've made this recipe my very own by adding my own herbs and my own little style to it. So I hope you guys stay tuned. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what you need to make this meal right tonight, you're gonna need yourself a salmon fillet. You want to get a salmon fillet. Now, my husband went shopping and went to Walmart and got the salmon fillet that they have. My personal suggestion, excuse me, depending on where you live, if you live somewhere close to a supermarket that has really good meats, you always want to choose the place that has the best meats. Personally, the places that I have closest to me are Publix, so I would recommend you go to Publix and go to the seafood section and get a salmon from them. Their salmons are way better than the ones at Walmart, but this is what I have. This is what I'm working with tonight, so we'll get that started. The next thing is some Zatarain's rice pilaf. You can also get the other brands of rice pilaf. Rice pilaf is so good and so yummy, or you can make it yourself. We'll talk later about that. Now, the next thing that we're going to do with this meal is maybe have some vegetables. I've gotten frozen vegetables. You can have peas, carrots, corn, whatever. Personally, whenever I have this meal, I really like to have it with peas or with corn. So that's what we're going to need. Caribbean jerk, extra virgin olive oil, little lemon pepper, some nature season, and a pineapple. Why do we need a pineapple? The pineapple, that's going to give it all of its flavor, and I want you guys to stay tuned so we can get started. First things first, wash your hands. A little glass. And I'm going to get my extra, my virgin olive oil, and I'm going to pour about a tablespoon and a half or 2 tablespoons in here. I don't really measure, so I hope that doesn't upset you. Then I'm going to take my Caribbean jerk seasoning. McCormick has it, Perfect Pinch, Caribbean jerk, or any Caribbean jerk that you like. I particularly like this one and a couple of other ones, but today I'm just, for the purposes of you being able to find the product, I'm going to use this for you. So, you want to put about a tablespoon of the Caribbean jerk inside of there. And next thing we want to do is, we have our olive oil and our Caribbean jerk in here. And we're going to take some of these pineapple pieces and squeeze the juice out, and that's where the skin is. You can just squeeze the juice out. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but you know, the pineapple juice is what really gives it that yummy, 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 yummy flavor.
I wouldn't advise it if you have weak grip or weak wrist.
Okay, there we go. So my husband's going to do that, and I am going to take the garlic cloves and chop them up nice and thin. Or small. I'm not even going to chop them up small. I'm not going to mince them. I'm just going to chop them. And as you can see, my husband is squirting the juice out of there. Again, you can, out of the pineapples, again, you can just take the bigger chunks and squeeze the juice out of some of those. But I like to use as much of the food as I can, okay? So that's what we're doing this way. And I'm just going to cut my garlic. Let me show you what I'm doing down here.
Allow me to just.
There we go. That's nice and close. I guess you can't see it if my hand's blocking, huh? Let's try this. Alright, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to cut up the garlic. Into little chunks. And really the size on this doesn't matter because this recipe doesn't actually call for garlic. I'm just including it in it because I love the flavor of garlic. It gives it a nice flavor, and it also, again, has very good health benefits. So because we're in need of some garlic right now, we're going to throw this in our food.
Oops.
Alright, so you can see I cut my garlic up. It's not minced. It's just chopped, okay? It's just cut. You don't have to chop it small. It's not necessary. And as you can see, my husband is squeezing that juice out of there. He's doing his best to make sure he gets all the juice out of there. Got that? Good? Perfect. So we have that. Juice, olive oil, and Caribbean jerk. And we're just going to stir. Stir, stir, stir. You can also go and buy a can of pineapples and just use the juice out of it. That would make it simple too. But, you know, I wanted to use the pineapple. Right, exactly. I wanted to use the pineapple, so that's why, again.
Nothing like the smell of lime and bleach. This is
Really? Okay, so now we've stirred that all up. Nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the olive oil over top of my salmon. And that's an extra step also. You don't have to do that, but I just love the crispy taste, the crispiness that it provides when it's in the oven and it cooks. And then I'm going to take my mixture. I'm going to fold up my aluminum foil so it doesn't spill out. And I'm just going to pour my mixture right on top of my salmon. And make sure you cover every bit of it if you want that flavor to be all throughout it. Cover every bit of that salmon with your flavoring. After that, I just like to give it a little splash of some lemon pepper. Right over top. And I love the Badia. I love Badia seasonings. I love Badia seasonings. It's just probably one of my favorite seasoning options. Then I'm going to take my garlic, just throw it on top. No particular order or fashion. And then I'm going to take my pineapple chunks and drop those in as well. This is what it looks like before it goes in the oven for about 25 to 35 minutes. So for our rice pilaf tonight, I have a measuring cup full of 3 cups of water. I have my 2 packets ready. And I have my olive oil because I don't have any butter, so I will be using olive oil tonight. Now I'm going to go ahead and pour my 3 cups into my pan. And the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of butter or margarine, so I'm going to go ahead and put a tablespoon of oil, 2 tablespoons of oil. One for each box. Then I'm going to let my water boil. Once the water is boiled, I'm going to stir my rice in. I'm going to let it boil for about 2 more minutes, 2 to 3 more minutes, and then I'm going to turn it on low and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Okay, so we're back and we have our finished product. And here we have it. We have our rice pilaf, we have our salmon, and we have our peas. And I went and put a couple of those pineapple pieces on the side. As you can see, our meal looks really nice, good, and healthy. And you can see the steam flying up because it's really, really hot. I just took it out of the oven. So yummy.
Very good. And it's very good for you. And it's very good.
So yummy. So I hope that you enjoy this recipe. I'm going to enjoy it with my family. And thank you so much for watching.